Oh, Father, forgive me for forgetting to foretell about the four who found they almost lost the world. Long before the world was mapped, back when mountains still argued with the moon about who touched the sky first, there lived four wandering spirits who shaped the fates of all humankind. They were not gods, though they carried themselves like memory and myth. They were not mortals, though they bled whenever truth cut too close. Their names were Anywhere, who walked with wide eyes, believing destiny lived in distant horizons. Everywhere, who scattered themselves thin, trying to be all things to all places and dissolving itself into exhaustion all the time. Somewhere, who waited endlessly for a perfect moment that just never arrived. And Nowhere, who hid in the hollow places, convinced that if he stayed unseen, he could never disappoint. Together, they were the architects of potential and the assassins of action. The call they ignored was the one day the world cracked. A fissure split the ancient continent from where the northern snows meet the southern sands, and villages emptied. Rivers rerouted, forests fell into themselves like collapsing lungs. The earth groaned a plea, a deep, trembling request for repair, and the four spirits heard it. Anywhere lifted her face to the sky she had always chased and said, "Surely the answer lies far from here. I will look for it everywhere and elsewhere." And as she wandered, west, east, everywhere but the place that needed her, everywhere rushed in every direction at once, because Anywhere was looking everywhere already. A burst of frantic goodwill that scattered like sparks in a storm. She helped everyone a little, and no one quite enough. Somewhere found a quiet cliff and whispered, "When the moment is just right, I will act." But moments do not ripen while someone waits. And Nowhere, poor trembling Nowhere, hid in the echo of his own doubt, fearing he was too small, too slow, too insignificant to matter. So the crack widened, the world dimmed, people wept for help that never came. A child in ruins at the edge of the fissure, sitting, barefoot, mud-faced, unbroken. She did not look powerful. She did not look chosen. She simply looked alive in a place where everything else was collapsing. The four spirits approached her, each certain the others would speak first. Each certain responsibility would fall somewhere else. The child looked up and asked a question that split them sharper than the earth had. "Why didn't you come?" Anywhere stared at her feet, ashamed of every road she ran to instead of through. Everywhere tried to answer, but her voice frayed from stretching herself too thin. Somewhere swallowed hard, realizing that waiting for the right moment had cost them the very last moment. And Nowhere, the quiet one, the one who always hid, was the first to fall to his knees. Tears streaked his dusted face. I thought someone better would rise. I thought if I stepped forward and failed, the world would break because of me. The child touched his hand. "It broke because you didn't." The truth hit like thunder wrapped in tenderness. This choice changed everything. The child pointed to the crack, wide as regret, deep as avoidance. "You do not need to fix everything," she said. "You only need to fix something. Begin there. The rest will follow." Nowhere rose. He stepped to the fissure, palms trembling, heart roaring, and knelt at the edge. He whispered a single word, a word heavy enough to shift the world an inch. "Here." The earth responded, a rumble of recognition, a hum of healing. Seeing this, Somewhere stepped beside him, finally realizing the perfect moment was always the one he wasted. Everywhere gathered her scattered pieces and focused them for the first time like a lens capturing light. Anywhere returned from all her searching, finally understanding that destiny is not distant, it is present. Together, the four placed their hands on the ground, and the world began to mend. Not all at once, not perfectly, but truly. Every crisis calls to four voices inside. The part that flees to anywhere, chasing better horizons. The part that dissolves into everywhere, trying to do everything and failing to do anything. The part that waits in somewhere, believing perfect timing is the same as purpose. And the part that hides in nowhere, certain its smallness makes it useless. But salvation arrives the moment one voice whispers, "Here, now, me." The world does not need heroes from everywhere or anywhere. It needs someone in this place, in this moment, who chooses to act before nothing becomes all we have left.